Hello, people of the interwebs. This is King Herobrine 876 here, starting up a new show called Retro Rarities. It's like I play all these games. They might be on obscure systems that you might not have heard of, or they might just be obscure altogether. Whether it's actually a physical game, whether it's hacked, whether it's homebrew, everything gets a chance to shine, as long as it's on like a retro system, like the Virtual Boy, which is what I'm playing now. Now each system is going to get its own series with different games. The first one I'm trying out is this, Flappy Cheep Cheep. It's a homebrew game for the Virtual Boy, which can only display red, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's another Flappy Bird clone where you go for the high score. Well, it's not just a random show. I'm actually going to be putting a link in the description where you can actually play this for yourself if this interests you somehow. Has no audio, which is a shame, but to make up for it, there's a lot of theming here. You see, unfortunately the video got squashed horizontally, but when you actually play the game, everything is more or less proportional to the actual NES game, Super Mario Brothers. So, yay! Anyway, you just go around flying through pairs of pipes, wondering how Cheep Cheep's tiny wings can actually make him fly like this. Oh, and there was a moving pipe there. That's one of the big selling points of this homebrew thing. I don't know. It's hard to describe a game like this, other than it's a Flappy Bird clone. So it's a good thing there were those moving pipes. Yeah, they move up and down. So if you've played a lot of Flappy Bird, then you're gonna have to adapt your skills to this. And yeah, that's all there is to this. Commentary over. So I guess while I'm here I should try and talk a little bit about the Virtual Boy itself. You know how the 3DS tried to make games 3D? Made it cool? Well, Virtual Boy did that before it was cool. You see, if you had these 3D glasses, you can actually play games and see them in 3D. Mind you, some games are bit 3D already, like this one with multiple layered backgrounds and all that. Really gives a good impression of where you reside spatially. Of course, if you're not crashing into a pipe or the ground, in which case it just shows a blank screen and your score and tells you to press start to play it again. Oh, and this was made by the same people who made the 3DS Nintendo. Yeah. Who knew that a company of high quality would produce something that can only display red? Aren't those old times just fascinating? Well, don't ask me about the Virtual Boy's colour limitations. That's another problem for someone else to solve. But, yeah. It's a 3D console. And it was made by Nintendo. Who wouldn't buy it? Well, actually quite a lot of people. No, apparently this system was actually unfinished. They actually tried to finish this, but then they decided they should sell it immediately to focus on the Nintendo 64. Yeah. There's some pointless trivia for you. So anyway, let me know in the comments below if you know of a system or game that not a lot of people have heard of, and I'll see if there's an emulator where I can play it on and show you. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's physical, hacked, homebrew, whatever. As long as it's on a retro system, it counts for this thing. Know why? Because I'm playing this on an emulator website called Viz, which is where the link to play this game comes from. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. Anyway, last few runs before I'm ending this video. Hope I can make it count. 8 that time. Nothing that time. I also find that Cheep Cheep is incredibly affected by gravity. I think he's a lot heavier than Flappy Bird, but whatever. Doesn't matter. There isn't really a lot to talk about. So this is only episode 1 in the Virtual Boy series. Once I've played all the games I think I need to, which would actually be probably more than necessary knowing me, move on to another obscure system like the MSX or the Wonder Swan Color. Yeah. We're really diving in now. Anyway, enjoy this little pilot episode. It's a teaser of things to come. Maybe I might do other games that have more to explain. In fact, while we're here, I might as well tell you what the next planned episode is. It's called Mario Clash. It's basically a remake of Mario Brothers, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, finally it's over. Can finally stop the commentary now. Yeah. Thanks for listening to me for 8 minutes straight. So I hope you look forward to the next episode, and I'll see you on the other side.